Hi, my name is Matt Burke. I'm the Education Director for the Center for Congregations, and with me today is Jason Moore of Midnight Oil Productions. Welcome, Jason.
Good to be with you, Matt.
And Jason's going to be doing an event for us called Five Things Your Visitors Want to Ask But Won't. First one is going to be on May 5th in Northeast Indiana at Northeast Christian Church in Fort Wayne. And the second one is going to be on May 12th at First Christian Church in Scottsburg. So Jason leads seminars all across North America on creating cutting-edge worship, and in helping congregations design worship experiences, he's been a secret shopper in a lot of various contexts. So that gives him a lot of knowledge on this subject area. So Jason, tell us a little bit about why understanding what's in the mind of visitors is so critical for congregations.
Well, I think if we want to grow as a church, it's really important that we create an environment where people feel comfortable, not only inspired by what they experience in our congregations, but also that they feel comfortable. And the experience of a visitor is vastly different from that of a regular attendee. And so when you walk into some of these spaces, you find that kind of the older the space is, the more maze-like it can be. And, the first impression when you walk through that door is if you don't know where you're going, you don't know how to get there, you don't know who those people are, it can be uncomfortable. And if you're uncomfortable at the beginning of the experience, that discomfort may continue throughout the entire experience. And you may decide whether you want to come back or not just based on how comfortable you are. Even if the music is good, what you experience an inspiring message, if there's a level of discomfort when you walk out of the space, you may decide not to come back, especially for those who are not used to coming to visit a congregation on a regular weekly basis. If I'm going to try out that church or tabernacle or parish or whatever on a Sunday morning or Friday evening or whatever the case may be, if you decide for the first time I'm going to try this out and you go there and you're completely uncomfortable, you're likely to not want to come back. So there, I think, some intentional things that we can do to kind of help people experience the message that we have in a way that's comforting. I think in our congregations, we have to be very intentional about how we think about those who are not initiated into our communities.
Yeah. I think a lot of people watching this can sympathize because we've all been, in a different town on vacation and, going to a congregation that we're not familiar with and just kind of getting lost and not quite sure what to do. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's interesting. I do these kind of secret shopper experiences like you talk about 10 to 12 times a year now and all over the country. So this year I've been in Las Vegas. Los Angeles, Montana, New York. I've been here in Ohio. And, it's a pretty, while every congregation has its own personality and its own challenges that it faces, the experience is pretty similar every time I go as a visitor. And like I said, and we'll save the 5 things for the conversation at lunch. But there are about 5 things that I have found that if you address those things, you will make the experience from front to back, beginning to end, very positive for those on the outside. But one of the most interesting things to me is that when you come into a congregation for the first time as a visitor, you can either feel the presence of kind of being poised for visitors to be there or not being intentional about it. And in some cases, a congregation will be so unaccustomed to having a visitor that it's almost like a zombie swarm. You come in and everyone sort of attacks you in big clumps, and you turn from one person to the next to kind of shake hands, and that can be overwhelming as well. So part of what this conversation will offer is some ideas for how do you create a readiness and a sense of being poised for visitors that come in. I mean, there is a little bit of it that is helping your congregation understand how to welcome a guest. And, in some of our congregations, we have greeters and things like that. And so there's going to be you'll walk away with a whole lot of information, a whole lot of practices that will make for a more intentional, more Disney-like intentionality for the way that people experience what you have to offer in your weekly worship experience.
Excellent. Cool. Well, it's a great topic, something I think congregations will be very interested in. So we hope you join us. Once again, those are May 5th at Northeast Christian Church in Fort Wayne and May 12th at First Christian Church in Scottsburg. The cost is $10, but you'll get great conversation, a wonderful lunch, and we're also providing the book Clip In, Risking Hospitality in Your Church to all who attend. So we hope to see you there, and thanks for your time today, Jason.
No problem. I just want to say it's going to be a fun time. We'll laugh and we'll learn. So it'll be a great time to look forward to seeing you all.
All right. Thanks.